So, this is the first year I've ever spent Christmas away from my family. I was born and raised in Toronto, and for as long as I can remember, I have wanted to move to London. I was feeling kind of stuck at work and honestly kind of a bit stuck in life. I was starting to feel like I was living the same day over and over again, and while routine can be good, I was starting to feel a little stir crazy. My partner and I had been talking about moving to a different city for a little bit, and finally the timing just felt right. We applied for our visas in August of 2025, got approved a week later, and moved to London, England by the beginning of November, 3 months later. Just us, 4 suitcases, and our cat, in a new city, in a new country, in a new continent. This was my first time moving more than half an hour away from my family, and oh boy, did I pick a big move. I'm Filipino, which means Christmas is practically built into my genetics. I've loved Christmas for as long as I can remember. I'm the one who's always blaring "All I Want for Christmas Is You" as soon as the months start to end in Burr. But this year has felt different. A lot different. My favorite part of Christmas is always the lead up. I've always had butterflies in my stomach and the feeling of Christmas or whatnot coursing through my veins. Every single year, this feeling is what I look forward to the most. People talk about Christmas season in activities, through baking cookies, through decorating their trees, making Christmas cards, but Christmas to me has always been a physical feeling, a warm, fuzzy, giddy feeling. I realize that sounds crazy, but to me, things always feel a little lighter around Christmas, a little easier, a little happier. London is one of the most Christmassy places in the world, but for some reason, I was feeling none of it. Call it the stress, call it being busy from the move and trying to get settled in a brand new city. It's probably a mix of a million different things. It seemed like the whole entire city was bursting with Christmas, and I was just tired. I'm really lucky to have spent most of my Christmas mornings at home. I think the only ones I haven't woken up at home have been this year and the year that my family was sick with COVID after I moved into my second apartment back in Toronto. Every year for Christmas, my family always has a mix of Filipino food and what I like to call white people Christmas food. It usually looks like pancit, lumpia, with a side of Christmas ham, potatoes, peas, and carrots, and any other random dishes my tita feels like making that year. I realized the other night that I wouldn't be having that this year, and while I always thought it was a little silly every year, I didn't realize how much of a tradition it had become. I don't think I realized how rooted I was in Toronto, and specifically December in Toronto. There are a lot of things that feel different here. The lack of snow. I mean, admittedly, we haven't had a white Christmas back home in years, but the hope that we might wake up to one here is completely gone. My parents not being around when we picked up our tree, not being a part of the same show that I used to sing in every December. I knew moving across the world would be hard, but what I didn't account for was being at a point of transition during the month that used to feel the most predictable and stable to me. My parents immigrated to Canada from the Philippines a few years before I was born. I grew up hearing their stories, their struggles, and translating important phone calls as every child of an immigrant does. I knew the immigrant struggle was hard and that people do it all the time, but living it is a completely different story. People tell you how hard it is to move away from your family and friends, but what I wasn't prepared for was the roller coaster of emotions I would feel. To feel the thrill of moving to a new city where everything is fresh and new because you're learning it for the first time, but also to mourn a space that I had built with my heart and soul for 2 years. To feel the excitement of being able to travel all over Europe, but also to feel the deep sadness of leaving behind the comfort of simply coexisting beside my family every 2 weeks. It's been months of holding on to hugs with friends and family a little longer. Quite frankly, it's been exhausting to feel so excited and so sad at the same time. I saw a quote the other week that said, "Your new life will cost you your old one," and I feel like it sums up my state of mind these days. Life feels fulfilling, confusing, and exciting all at the same time. Keeping me sane has been the idea that I can start again here and start to build a new life. I mean, not that my life was going terribly wrong back home, but this move finally feels like a chance to actually pursue what I want out of life and not just settle for whatever comes my way, which I feel like I was doing a lot of. When I was saying my goodbyes back home, a lot of people told me that I regret not doing something more than trying. So now the goal is to try as much as possible and to build a life and traditions that feel like my own. Since we didn't get to spend Christmas with our families this year, my partner and I made a point to make Christmas our own. We spent the morning opening the presents that we did have. We did a puzzle. We watched Klaus and Arthur Christmas, i.e. the best Christmas movies to ever possibly exist. And we made a full 7.5-pound turkey for just the two of us. We FaceTimed our families instead of seeing them in person. And sure, it wasn't the same as Christmases of the past, but it was ours. And maybe for now, that's fine. To be completely honest, my life has never been this uncertain. I've always had some sort of goal or path to work towards, and I've always had some sort of level of stability in my life because, well, I made it that way. And now I have no idea what I'm gonna do next. I'm flying by the seat of my pants for the first time, but it doesn't feel like such a bad thing. If I've learned anything in 2025, it's that 1, I am apparently capable of feeling so many feelings at the same time. 2, that the dichotomy of being sad because I'm missing my friends and family, but still feeling the rush of excitement from a new environment isn't so strange. And 3, that Christmas is still Christmas, even in my home away from home.